When I first started to try to make it as a musician, I tried all the very traditional routes because I didn't know any other way. I started sending my music to record labels, and I auditioned for talent agencies and just did all the things that I was supposed to do. And I even bought a book and was studying this book that was how to make it in the music industry. And the more I learned and the more I experienced, the more, I guess, discouraged I became, because I just realized I don't have the kind of money that it takes to make it in this world as a musician. You know, I don't have the connections, I don't have any of this stuff. And, and I just felt I had a voice to share. I had art that I knew could work, and yet nobody would believe in my project. If I really give this a full try, and if at the end of the day, I can't, this doesn't work, I can live with that. But I can't live with the thought of what if. What if I had really tried? What if I had really pushed this? I knew I couldn't live with that thought of what if. And so somehow I picked myself up from, especially America's Got Talent was probably one of the most devastating and humiliating experiences of my life. But I remember after that I was, sitting crying in the dressing room afterwards and wondering if I had what it took. Starting to get very discouraged, and I went to this YouTube workshop that this guy put on. I met this guy, and he claimed that he was a professional YouTuber. I was blown away, and as I sat in that class and he taught about all these different YouTubers and these celebrities online, I just got so excited. I've never felt so motivated before in my life, and I knew as I sat there that this is gonna change my life. Because here was a world where I didn't have to wait for somebody else to tell me I was good enough. I didn't have to wait for someone to tell me I was ready or to invest in me. All the tools were there where I could invest in myself, and I could take the reins in my own hands, and I did, and it changed my life. I had been doing YouTube for probably about, it hadn't even been quite a year, but I'd been doing it pretty consistently for about probably 9 months. I released my first dubstep track. It was called Crystallize. And I remember when I released that track, I wasn't sure if I was like, oh, I don't know if anyone's gonna like this dubstep violin thing, So I kind of hesitantly loaded the video, and I was blown away that I thought my YouTube view counter was broken because it got 1 million hits in about a day. And I had never had anything close to that before. And I think, I checked the little, my little stats, and I had gotten, 15,000 subscribers that day. I'd only been doing it for 9 months. I had never experienced any numbers like that. And this was not just, a cover that went viral. This was my original song, the kind of stuff I love to create. And as I sat there and realized that no, my computer wasn't broken, this is real, I will always remember that moment, just sitting in my little apartment, just being like, my life's changed. And my mind started to just go with, where am I gonna go with this? What am I gonna do? Sky's the limit.